think this is the coolest bit of music memorabilia I've ever owned. This is Ra's Research Zines. For those who don't know Ra, which if you're on this page, I think you should anyway, but Ra was a jazz composer, band leader, and musician. If you were to Google him, he'd be described as like experimental jazz, avant-garde jazz. If you watch his live shows, you'll see that he has a big band, often dressed in Egyptian or Saturnian garb. Standard jazz, he could do swing, but he often chose not to. He was quite the character, basically. If you asked him where he was born, he would say he was born in Saturn, but he landed in Birmingham, Alabama. Alabama. How do I say that in my accent? Also to note is that Ra passed away in 1993 and this was released in 1999. Such a precious thing to have. Inside, you've got Ra's poetry, transcribed interviews, images. These are all the things we don't get to usually see. These were made by a person called Peter Hines. I think they played music together. I'm going to read a conversation with Ra, John Hines, and Bruce Owens. October 31st, 1988, 1 a.m. in California. Ra is talking about a dream. I'm not really describing what I saw because it can't be described, because there's no comparison to what they got out there. I've seen some dancers in space that were like trees. They were so tall, dancing. Wonderful, you know. Every time I see a poplar tree, I talk about those dancers. So sometimes, when I got the band right, I be doing those dances. I seen up in space with the music, moving like the wind and like the ocean. And that's what I'm doing in my music. I want to be like the ocean and like the wind and like the trees and like the birds. That's part of nature, you see.